Today on Football's Play to Win, we answer the questions. Will Carolina bully the Falcons? Is Cam Newton arrogant? Will the Dogs get organized for their bowl game? Plus, fantasy football, and Jeffrey the Ed Schechter picks the bowls and the NFL on the fastest 30 minutes in football.
Play to Win is being brought to you by Toyota, the Georgia Lottery, and John Foy and Associates. Welcome to Play to Win with former Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith. Fantasy Football League previews with Adam Brown. Game analysis with Nikki Williams. Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter. Medical and injury update with Dr. Andrew Lalagi. And your host, Atlanta sports veteran Bob Neal. Today's SEC report is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to the show and happy holidays. Bob Whitfield, Nikki Williams, Chuck Smith, yours truly, Jeffrey the Ed Schechter will be along here with his predictions also. And by the way, I think he wins the dressing. Give him a rating on the sweater. Hold on. Bob Whitfield. Can we get a shot of that? Yeah, there you go.
Wins what? The Ugly Award? Did you see the back of this thing? He had to chop out the back of this sweater to release the pressure. Look at that cleavage.
Listen to that.
Don't give away the secrets.
Those buttons are doing work.
Look, I'm sucking it all in.
One of them popped off.
You gotta move him away from that little roll right there.
MVP are the threads in those buttons of the show.
I like it though.
Okay, you're in the spirit of the holidays. That's what it is.
This is called
I give him an A
slack.
on that. All right, let's get started with our SEC report. We got a lot to talk about today. First of all, the SEC slate of games before or on New Year's Day. These are the SEC teams playing in bowl, and of course, as usual, there's a slew of them. LSU, Texas Tech. We're going to pick some of these. Jeffrey will. NC State, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Louisville. That ought to be a pretty good ball game. And then we get down to it in the semifinals, Michigan State and Alabama. And you'll see Oklahoma State and Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl. And one I'm looking at, Michigan, Florida. Wow, that'll be a good one. We'll talk about that with Nikki a little bit later. I'm just happy the Wolverines are even in a bowl.
Hey,
all right.
Merry Christmas.
Exactly. Thank you. All right, let's get started. And let's talk about that first one. LSU, Texas Tech, Bob Whitfield.
Well, I tell you like this. LSU has been behind everything with their running attack. If they can get Fournette started, they can stay on the field and keep that Texas Tech high-powered offense off. Texas Tech is averaging in 6 games 50 points a game, so you just got to keep them on the sideline and Fournette run away with it.
All right, two big programs in college football playing each other. Both of them had not great seasons, but good ones, and that's Michigan and Florida. Nikki Williams, how do you see it?
Well, I think we can all agree, or can we, that Florida looked like a possible playoff team before Will Grier was suspended. It's no secret Treon Harris is having a little bit of a hard time passing the ball. Without Will Grier, Florida has only managed 11 touchdowns and 2 field goals. So the dynamics have changed a little bit on this one.
Okay, and both teams very good defensive teams, so it could be like 7-6 or something. Let's talk about Oklahoma State and Ole Miss. Ole Miss without Robert Kimdichie.
Well, huge loss. Anytime you lose a top 5 talent in college football in Kimdichie, you can't replace him. But Kimdichie has other issues he needs to deal with right now. Number one, getting himself healthy physically and mentally. But I'm 100% behind Robert Kimdichie. He's not going to play in the bowl game. But I'm pulling for him. He has other things to worry about right now except worrying about a bowl game.
Yeah, like his NFL contract. College football showdown now, brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. And, of course, it is Michigan State and Alabama. Michigan State third ranked in those top 4. Alabama at number 2. And Chuck Smith, Alabama's defense against Michigan State.
Well, Alabama's defense versus Michigan State, it's going to be a tough matchup for Michigan State. Anybody that plays Alabama, these guys drop the hammer on you. They're the best coach. They're the best high school players that come together in Tuscaloosa. It's a challenge anytime you play against a team that has 6, 7 first and second rounders at any given time.
All right, and speaking of dropping a hammer, Derek Henry is the hammer.
Yeah, he's the hammer. Getting to and stopping Derrick Henry are two very different challenges. 922 of Derrick Henry's 1,986 rushing yards came after he was hit in 2015.
Okay, that's a great nugget of knowledge. Bob Whitfield, you want to talk about Connor Cook, who's not graduated.
Well, yeah, definitely, Bob. Connor is no longer a student athlete. He is just a regular athlete. He is finished with school. He has graduated. Now he can focus not only on trying to win a national championship, but also taking his third-ranked quarterback status to the NFL. Good luck to Connor Cook getting back by Alabama.
Yeah.
Surviving Alabama. It's going to be a beatdown of Connor. I'm just telling you, Connor's going to get a beatdown.
All right, we're going to find out whether our guy thinks that. Let's go to Jeffrey the Ed Schechter now. Jeffrey, who you picking? Michigan State, Alabama.
Henry gets a lot of yards, but Alabama struggles scoring. I think Michigan State's going to give him a game. Take the 9.5 with the Spartans.
All right, you think it'll be less than a 10-point Bama win. That's Jeffrey the Ed Schechter on that one. You stay with us now. We'll be back in just a moment with the hometown team report. How do the Bulldogs, with Kirby Smart, their new guy, coaching at Alabama, how do they even get organized for the Penn State game? Next on Football's Play to Win.
Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon rocks with great big deals on a new set of wheels. Camry, Prius, RAV4 with 0% financing for you.
Right now at the Toyotathon sales event, get a low 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2015 Toyota RAV4. That's just 0% APR.
It's our biggest and bestest event of the year. That's why Toyotathon rocks.
Toyota, let's go places.
Toyotathon is on at Stone Mountain Toyota, and that means tremendous savings for you on a new Toyota. The new 2016 Toyota Camry LE Automatic is Toyotathon priced at only $18,891. For a limited time, save big on a new 2016 Corolla L Automatic. Yours for just $14,991.
Stone Mountain Toyota, a great price, a great buying experience. Come in and have a cup of coffee with me today.
In a wreck, get a check.
I'm attorney John Foy, the strong arm. If you've been in a car accident, someone needs to pay. The sooner you call, the faster we'll get started.
I was hit and my car was spun out of control. I suffered injuries all over my body. I got the upper hand. I called the strong arm. My check, $1.2 million.
In a wreck, get a check. Get the strong arm. Attorney John Foy and Associates.
There's still time to get in. Get bonus cash now at Nissan's holiday event.
Get up to 1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers.
Get in before it's over.
Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, bringing a higher order of pizza to Atlanta for 40 years.
All right, it's time for the hometown team report, and that means the Georgia Bulldogs playing in the Tax Slayer Bowl in Jacksonville versus Penn State, and it almost gets lost, you know, with the firing of Rick, the hiring of Kirby Smart, all the changes going on, and oh yeah, by the way, they're playing a bowl game. But Chuck, they're playing a team that's pretty good. Penn State's 7-5 in the Big Ten. They lost to Michigan State and Michigan at the end of the season, but still a pretty good team, and they're on a mission, are they not, Penn State?
And you're exactly right, Bob. What I would say to Georgia fans, warning, you got a team that obviously has had a lot of trauma in the past with the Joe Paterno stuff. There's no bigger game in Penn State football modern history than this Georgia game. It legitimizes Penn State. It legitimizes, that conference versus the SEC. So it's really a regional competition now. But this would say wonders about where Penn State is, beating a Georgia and the SEC team.
And Georgia's going to be shallow at running back thin at that position.
Yeah, and even a little thinner if the rumors are true that Brendan Douglas could possibly be injured. He didn't practice last Friday. If the Dogs don't have him in the Tax Slayer Bowl, they are going to be paper thin at running back. They'll only have Sony Michel and Keith Marshall as far as guys with actual game experience.
And Bob Whitfield, let's talk about the fact Kirby Smart's coaching at Alabama, not at Georgia. Mark Richt's already down in Miami. How does all this play with Georgia?
It'll have your head spinning, Bob. You know, it'll have you wearing ugly Christmas sweaters all year long. I tell you this. You got coaches coming in, coaches leaving, then you got interim coaches, McClendon trying to keep a team together, and then he don't know where his job's going to land. So then it's all iffy for players and coaches when interim coaches come around, players leaving to the NFL, and then you got to play a tax slayer ball.
Who's the interim coach of your wardrobe right now?
Interim coach of the wardrobe.
This little elf.
There's nothing about Bob Whitfield that's little. If he stood up right now, he'd bump his head on the lights. Anyway, now, Nick Cellini, our guy at 680 The Fan, our partners with our 68 Seconds with 680. We asked Nick Cellini about whatever they call this bowl. Is it and why would it be important to the Bulldogs?
Bob, it's the Tax Slayer Bowl, it's the Gator Bowl. I don't know what you want to call it, but whatever you want to call it, it's very important. Maybe not for the Georgia fans, but certainly for everybody inside of the Georgia organization, from Kirby Smart on down. What's the old adage? Oh yes, Bob, you used to say this all the time. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not after me, doesn't mean they're not watching me. And Georgia assistant coaches, Georgia coordinators, they're all watching everything that's going on, not only the day of the game, but over the course of the week, over the course of every day leading to this game, because everybody is being evaluated. Everybody now is on an even keel. It doesn't matter what they accomplished. It doesn't matter what they didn't accomplish in the past when it comes to Georgia football. Everybody is now being judged because everybody is new. It's a new system on both sides of the ball. And so for that reason, this Tax Slayer Bowl, this battle against Penn State, is important for everybody inside of Georgia football.
Fine, thank you, Nick. Happy New Year, by the way, and to all well said, and to the people at 680. And let's go now to Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, who is going to win that game.
The game's played in Jacksonville. It's not Georgia's favorite place to play. Penn State with a 6.5.
All right, and as Chuck said, they're going to be pretty wound up tight. Talk about the Penn State Nittany Lions. Back in a moment with fantasy football. Who's a good one to pick? Can you say Cam Newton?
Why can't I have a slice of yours?
You're a cartoon. You can only have cartoon pizza.
It's not fair.
Look, this pie is 100% real, and you're colored ink. It's physics, man.
Well, can you buy me a beer?
I can buy you a cartoon beer. Are you single?
It's right.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness. Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
Be ready to winter with Infinity. Now through January 4th, lease the Infinity Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your Atlanta area Infinity retailer.
It's time to buy your new vehicle right now during the year-end blockbuster sales event at Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Epic savings like this. Take $6,000 off a 2016 Jeep Cherokee Sport and pay only $19,729. A 2015 Ram 1500 Bighorn is $11,000 off MSRP. And take $4,000 off MSRP on a 2015 Jeep Wrangler. Incredible year-end savings now at Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And online anytime at yourdodge.com.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by SD Services. Home comfort or plumbing issues? We can fix that.
All right, it's time to bring in Adam Brown with fantasy football. Who's hot and who's cold? I know one thing, it's a big week.
Huge week. It's championship week in your season leagues, and it's business as usual in your weekly leagues. Let's get started right now with the quarterbacks and Cam Newton. Cam Newton's on fire. 13 touchdown passes the last 3 weeks playing at Atlanta. Blake Bortles, New Orleans has given up 11 touchdown passes the last 4 weeks. Look for him to have a nice week. And Kirk Cousins, back-to-back 300-yard games. Look for him to have another nice week against that bad Philly defense. Let's get to running backs, guys. DeAngelo Williams is the running back, as you know, filling in for Le'Veon Bell. Week 4, Le'Veon Bell had 100 yards rushing against that Baltimore defense with Michael Vick as the quarterback. Look with Ben Roethlisberger as the quarterback for DeAngelo Williams to have a big week. And David Johnson last week had 187 yards and 3 touchdowns, had a career game. Look for him to have another nice day against the Green Bay defense. Now, Antonio Brown. Yes, Ben Roethlisberger's throwing him the ball, and he's had 31 receptions the past 3 weeks. Look for him to have a nice week. And Ted Ginn Jr. against Atlanta's defense. Now, it pains me to say this, but Ted Ginn Jr. has had 2 touchdown catches each of the last 3 weeks. Now it's our favorite part of the show.
Yes, it is. It's time to save some money.
The weekly 10. And let's start with Matt Stafford. 12 touchdown passes last 4 weeks with only 1 interception. He's a good value play. And Tyler Lockett is also a good value play with 11 receptions and 3 touchdowns the past 2 weeks. On the second page, Ruben Randall, filling in for Odell Beckham Jr., but he also has a little streak of his own going. 3 touchdowns the last 4 weeks. And Pittsburgh's defense has scored 2 touchdowns the past 3 weeks, playing at Baltimore, and we don't even know who's going to play quarterback for them. So look for them to have a nice week as well.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
As usual.
Good luck, everyone.
This is Adam Brown, our fantasy football guru. And listen, you win on fantasy football if you listen to this guy. How about Julio Jones caught that touchdown pass last week? Want to tell you a way to win even more money, or gift certificate in this case, and that is the Red Pepper Taqueria UB the Experts Challenge. You go online and pick the games. Go to playingtowin.tv. First place will win $100. Second place will win $50. That is the You Be the Experts Challenge, brought to you by Red Pepper Taqueria. Now, come back with us in just a moment. We're going to go to the NFL. Cam Newton's coming to Atlanta.
Is your heating system blowing cold air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ST Services. We've been installing and repairing heating and air systems in Atlanta for 66 years. Need to get warm? We can fix that.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
Toyotathon is back with a season full of holiday treats.
Like 0% APR financing on the reliable Camry. Did you know 90% of Camrys sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today? But hurry, our biggest event of the year won't last long. Right now at the Toyotathon sales event, get a low 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2016 Toyota Camry. That's just 0% APR.
Make the holidays happier at Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater? We can fix that. ST's Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters. We can fix that.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
All right, time for the NFL Report. And by the way, we have issues here. We've got the NFL Report involves the Carolina undefeated 14-0 Panthers with Josh Norman slinging Odell Beckham Jr. all over the field last week in the Giants game. Julio Jones, arguably the best receiver in the NFL, going to have to play Josh Norman. Cam Newton, a lot of people think he's arrogant because after he scores a touchdown, he runs over and he does the thing I can't even know how to do it. Obviously, I would. Now, so let's get started. I'm going to try to organize this. First of all, do you think I can organize this? I don't think so. I think we're
one at a time.
This is a dumpster fire.
All right, let's start with the Falcons getting a victory last week. What did they learn from that? What does that mean going into the Panthers game?
The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win, Bob. That's how it always works. The
football
Falcons
contest.
this last week made the fewest mistakes. They gave themselves a chance to win. It's a simple recipe. It really is.
All right, and Bob Whitfield. Again, we're going to get into this Josh Norman, Julio, Roddy White stuff in a minute. But I want to ask you about the offensive line play. They were pretty good earlier in the season. Matter of fact, played pretty well in the first half. What's your assessment?
Well, Bob, they started off ranked by Pro Football Focus as the best offensive line in the league. And then a couple weeks later, now we're talking about the worst offensive line in the league. Matty Ice been sacked 27 times, but the Falcons' O-line played a little bit better. They got Freeman started in the running game, and that play-action pass deep to Roddy White was working. So I look for them to improve against Carolina, but their only win if the quarterback is not playing.
Cam.
Yeah, Cam. And he is playing, by the way. That is a question. A lot of people say they're 14-0 heading to the playoffs. Do they rest anybody or do they go full tilt?
Go full tilt. Play to win. And plus, it's all about setting up momentum for the playoffs. They got a first-round bye, so it helps them with playing if they get injuries right now.
So you think they're going to be out there playing full speed?
I'm trying to win it all.
Okay, and Nikki, let's talk a little bit about what Roddy White had to say. Set this up real quickly. Josh Norman, the defensive back for Carolina, got into it, if you saw it and read anything, unless you've been under a rock, with Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham tried to target him as an offensive player.
He didn't try.
He
got it.
For a week.
He got him.
Well, he did get him. What about Roddy White's comment on that?
Roddy White just doesn't care. You know, if there's a conflict and it's coming Roddy White's way, he's going to say something about it. He's already gone to the media and said, Josh Norman isn't a tough guy. He's got a good defense in the Panthers. He hides behind the defense. He's not getting after anybody. So if he wants to talk like that, he needs to be going after people. And Roddy White doesn't think he's doing it. Who knows if Roddy White will even see him during the game, but I'm kind of hoping he gets in there for a few plays. Julio Jones hasn't been quiet about it either. He said the exact same thing. He's not tough.
Do you think anything will happen with Josh Norman during this game and the Falcons?
No, I think the same thing's going to happen. I think Carolina's going to come out, play the bully role, do what they've done to the Atlanta Falcons ever since Greg Hardy years ago got at them in Carolina. Remember when Matt Ryan said, get off of our field? The Carolina Panthers have taken that personal ever since then. They have a mental stronghold on the Falcons. I believe the Falcons are intimidated from Carolina, and it started years ago when they told them to get off our field, and they have not forgotten that.
How about if Cam Newton throws the touchdown, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, like he did last week, by the way, 300 yards, ran for 105 touchdown passes. Nobody in NFL history ever did that. What if he does that at the Georgia Dome and starts running around doing the thing?
Well, I guarantee you like this, Bob. He'll have like 15 new dances we're going to.
Oh, yeah.
If Cam Newton comes to the Georgia Dome and puts on that level of display, not only will he be dabbing, he'll be stanky legging, he'll
twerking,
be twerking, he'll be nay-naying, he'll doing
mounts.
all that cabbage patch.
Don't forget the WAP. Don't forget the WAP. Don't forget the WAP.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We got it. While they dance, let's go to Jeffrey and find out the real thing that you tuned in for. Who's going to win this game?
This will be the second time they catch Carolina a week after the Panthers gave up 35 points. Give the 7 with the Carolinas because they're going to kill us out.
Whoa, baby. All right, what is this the thing? Am I doing it now?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Stay with us. Be back in a minute as we continue the craziness here on Football's Play to Win.
There's still time to get in. Cash now at Nissan's holiday event.
Get up to 1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers.
Get in before it's over.
Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Be ready to winter with Infiniti. Now through January 4th, lease the Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your Atlanta area Infiniti retailer.
The Wizard, can you make me real so I can eat real mellow mushroom pizza instead of cartoon pizza?
Stand back. Here we go. Alakazam! Wiggity stickity poof!
I'm still a cartoon.
Then that'd be a no.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness.
Wiggity stickity poof.
Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
The holidays are here, and so is Toyotathon.
Wrap up a great year-end deal on a reliable Toyota, like 0% APR financing on many of our most popular models. And every new Toyota comes with a 2 years or 25,000 miles no-cost maintenance plan. Right now at the Toyotathon sales event, get a low 0% APR for 36 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash on a new 2016 Toyota Corolla. That's 0% APR.
Make the holidays happier at Toyotathon. Uh-oh.
Toyota, let's go places.
Today's Player Medical and Injury Report is being brought to you by John Foy & Associates. Personal injury law. Get the strong arm.
Now it's time for the injury report and the player medical report, brought to you by John Foy and Associates. First of all, let's go to the NFL list of injuries. This is the official list by the NFL, and as you can see, there are some big question marks when you look at the names up there. Andre Ellington, questionable with the toe. Paul Warlow, the linebacker for the Falcons, knee questionable still. LaShawn McCoy, knee questionable. Down at the bottom, Drew Brees. Anybody who saw him play last week sees that he has real foot issues. Whether or not he'll be able to play against the Jaguars with New Orleans this coming week is yet to be determined. That's why he's called questionable. And now Dr. Anand Lalaji, is not with us this week, but he did send in his vital information for the player medical report. So let's have a look at the grades here. Remember, these are projections. These are grades about the possibilities of performance. In other words, when you look down that percentage column there, you see that they'll be like 85% of 100% if they're uninjured. So starting up the top with 85%, low risk, we got David Johnson. Now you look down to Lamar Miller. He's got a quad injury. He stays the same at B, 70% moderate risk. Danny Amendola has the knee, was a B+, goes to a B-, and down to 65%. A.J. Green goes to 60% on a C+, a moderate risk. So if you're playing these guys in your fantasy leagues, you know what you're getting there. Now we look at Denard Robinson, who's moved, of course, to running back position now, B- down to a C, listed as high risk. Alshon Jeffrey and LaShawn McCoy also at high risk, as they are down to C's and D-. And that is the player medical report, brought to you by John Foy. And of course, Dr. A will be back with us again next week when we take a look at the injuries and the player medical report in the NFL. Stay with us now, because we have coming up next, lightning round.
In a wreck, get a check.
A reckless driver swerved into me. I called the strong arm. My check, $675,000.
Get the strong arm. Attorney John Foy and Associates.
Thinning or balding hair? HRS can now reverse thinning hair by using stem cells through platelet-rich plasma treatments. Platelets are put directly into the follicle to stimulate growth. This is a safe and easy procedure with no downtime.
I decided to get a series of platelet-rich plasma treatments. Now I have my own growing hair back. The treatments were easy, painless, and I was able to return to work the same day with no downtime.
Call us at 404-231-3100. That's 404-231-3100.
It can happen to anyone. The road to your recovery can be painful, both physically and financially. Protect your rights and get the lawyer who fights.
All right, it's the lightning round. That means Jeffrey the Edge Schechter and our picks with a purpose, as I like to say. Let's start with college football and the Bulls, Jeffrey.
Off we go into the Wild Blue yonder. I like Air Force getting 7 against Cal. They're going to run the ball, keep the Cal offense off the field. Oklahoma came on strong. They beat Baylor at the end of the year, TCU at the end of the year, and Oklahoma State. But Baylor had an injured quarterback. TCU had an injured quarterback. They were a 2-point conversion away from beating Alabama, and Oklahoma State's just not that good. I picked Clemson #1 at the beginning. I'm sticking with them. Northwestern's a tough team, and I think they're going to hang in with Tennessee. Take those 8 points.
All right, NFL.
Philadelphia shouldn't be favored over anybody. Did you watch them play Sunday night? Kirk Cousins has turned out to be a very efficient quarterback. Take the 3 with Washington. Jets are tough. They play hard. And I think they're going to hang in with New England. Take the 3.5 with the Jets at home. Giants, I think, shot their load in the fourth quarter last week against Minnesota. I love Minnesota all year. I think Minnesota's going to give them a beat.
Bonus pick.
Mississippi was a lateral away, a lucky play by Arkansas for playing Florida in the championship game. This team is ferocious. Oklahoma State's not that good. Mississippi will do to Oklahoma State what TCU did to Mississippi last year. Give the 7. And you all have a very happy New Year, and let's win all these games.
Here it is. Should old acquaintance be forgot? I don't know the rest of the words, but when I'm drunk, it's New Year's Eve. It doesn't
Find
matter
someone
to
to make
anybody
out
else. See you next week.
Play to Win has been brought to you by the Southeastern Nissan dealers,
Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers,
and Estes Services.